What's up guys? Subscribe for new content and gear reviews. If you're shopping for new gear, check out the links below for my recommendations from top retailers. Stop the back sweat and carry everything you need in one pack with the Osprey Seral 7. This is their updated version of the Seral 7. It has a few different features that the previous version didn't. Mainly, it's in the bladder. We'll get over that. We're going to go over a comparison with some other packs that I've used over the years, why I think this is superior, why I would choose this over some other packs, and the features of this pack as well. So we got a lot to cover. Let's get into it. First off, this is a whopping 7-liter pack. That's huge for a waist pack. You can put 1.5 liters water in here. I keep jackets in here, lights, tubes, tools. We'll pack it up in a second here and you can see just how much stuff you can carry. It's also got these really large side pockets that are expandable on both sides, which I really like. 2 compression straps on top and bottom, which I love as well. Some of the other packs that I've used only have one or they're top to bottom. This way, that really pulls in the water and everything you've got packed in here close against your body, so it's going to move around a lot less as you're going down the trail. The pack alone by itself, with nothing loaded in it, weighs just barely over a pound. It's incredible how light these are. They keep them light with this foam padding in the back, the mesh panels, the lightweight material. So one of my favorite things about the Osprey packs are these airscapes. So it's got a denser foam here with a mesh panel. So as your back curves in towards your spine, it creates this little air pocket here. So air can really keep flowing through there. You know, with a backpack on your back just gets soaking wet with sweat. This really keeps the air flowing up and down. I like that it has this little cutout down here at the bottom. So if you do get some sweat, you know, it's got a place to drain out. Also, these mesh side panels are great as well, and they go on the inside of these pockets. So if you've got something in here you're storing on your waist, you're allowing airflow still to go through that pocket, get inside there, so when you open it up, it's not completely soaked. Over here, it's got a little hook, so you could hook a carabiner, your keys or something on there. I do like that. I love these straps. They're narrow enough that they're not going to bite into your stomach. And it's also got this flat buckle. It's much smaller, and so, you know, again, top to bottom, it's not going to be pinching your waist as much as a larger buckle might be. It just looks a lot cooler the way it slides together there. The straps have these nice little retention pieces, so these aren't flapping in the wind. You just pull those close to the center and it prevents those from bouncing around. A really clean look there. It's got a nice little carrying hook here. You know, you hang it up when you get home, keep it dry. One of the complaints I have about these hydration packs, and it's still an issue with this for me, is these little magnet closures. They work great, but you just bump it a little bit and it pops off. So I still find myself having to shove this down into the waist to prevent it from popping out. I've seen some other people reviewing this pack. They actually loop it through here and then connect it to the magnet there. I don't like the extra step of that because then it's stuck when I do want to drink, and you've got to, while you're trying to ride, fiddle it through there. So I found that the easiest way to do is just shove it down in the waist. You do want to shut off the water when you do that. Sometimes you'll end up with a big puddle on your leg if you've got that hanging down there. Speaking of shutting this off, this is a slightly updated bite valve for this newer pack. And going into the bladder, show you the other changes that they've made. So now they've got this quick release. It's super easy to throw the water in there, run this through the top, push down, and it's locked in. I love this over some of the Velcro straps or clip straps that they've used before. And then on the hydration pack itself, this is a much nicer design. So now you've got this little handle. If you've ever tried to fill one of these up in an ice machine, you know just how difficult it is to try to hold this thing open, and you know, you're using one hand and it starts to fill up with water and it tips over. So you've now got a handle. I love that idea. However, still a little small on the opening. So trying to get ice to go in there, you know, you're holding your hand, pushing that against the fridge. Still a little difficult, but a lot better than it was. So onto the inside of the pack here, you've got this 2 separate compartments here. You can fold up the bladder as it was there and shove it in that closer section. Once it fills up, that kind of helps keep it compressed a little, and then you have some extra room here for larger items, a jacket or sweatshirt or something to keep warm. Then on the inside or the outside pocket here, you've got a zipper pocket that is nice and large. I can actually fit my big phone in there, which I love. A lot of the smaller packs have zipper pockets, but your phones don't fit in them. Then a nice mesh elastic pocket there. Nice to throw a multi-tool in, and then a key ring. Clip your keys on there so you don't drop them on the trail. And then plenty of extra space in there. You know, even if you've got it loaded up, you still have a bunch of room in there. So this waist pack is huge at 7 liter. Just to show you some comparison with another hydration pack that I've got here. This is rated at 1.5 liters. I've got a Dakine hydration pack here, and this is a 2 liter, and look at the size difference there. It is slightly wider, I can tell as it fills up, but I haven't measured them out, but I was just surprised when I was looking at these how much bigger the 1.5 liter was from this Dakine one that says 2 liter. So take it for what it's worth. One other thing I really like about this pack over some of the others is they just route the hose right through the zipper. Some of the other packs, you've got to pass it through little cutout holes in the pack, and it's just hard to do. You end up doing this anyway. So I like that they actually made that into the design of the pack. So once this top section's closed, the zipper won't go all the way to the end, has that extra room there for the hose to come out. I think that's a great design. And lastly on the pack here, you've got this little reflective piece here. That's to hook a light onto. You can also use it to tie down stuff. Sometimes I've taken like a volley strap or some sort of tie down strap and looped it through there and then back up through the top and around. So you've got an extra strap, you know, if you're holding a big coat or jacket on the outside, you don't want to wear it. It just gives you a little bit of extra room. So I realize this bladder isn't filled up with water, but I want to show you just how much we can pack into this 7 liter pack. So I've got a pair of knee pads here. I often carry those with me. Don't like to always wear them when I'm riding. If it's warm outside, you can see I've got those in there, still plenty of room. I also usually carry a lightweight jacket with me. You know, plenty of room to shove that in there as well. So even if that bladder had water in it, there's still plenty of room to shove a jacket and knee pads in there. So we'll get that in there. All right, that's all closed up. Everyone's got to have a multi-tool with them, so we'll shove that in there. Always should have a tire lever with you, at least one. And if you're out late at night, I usually carry a light with me. Throw that in there as well. Even if you're running tubeless, you run into issues sometimes, so we'll throw a tube in there as well. And you're going to need a way to pump up that tube, so we're going to have to get that pump in there. All right, we've got the 2 main compartments pretty filled up there. You can see about the size, how far it's going to be sticking out from your back. Still not too bad. And then the compression straps, you just go ahead and pull those down to keep that tight to your body. And as you're drinking water from the hydration pack, if you continually tighten those down, it just keeps it from moving around a lot. I really like these side pockets. They're surprisingly big. So this is a big 29-inch tube. I've got it shoved in the side here, 2.4, and that fits in the side there, even with a little bit of extra room around it. I do like that these compression straps also hook directly to the outside of the waist pack. So you've got a connection point here and then on the outside, so it's going to pull everything in tight together, reduce the movement of the pack on your back. Then on the other side, you know, you can throw your keys in there, throw an extra pair of gloves or your gloves just while you're packing up, heading to the trail. Still plenty of room. You could fit your wallet in there. You can see just how much these packs can hold. So there it is, all loaded up. You know, you'd have a little bit of water in there, but there's still some room. I have these compression straps tightened down, but you know, if I loosen them up, you can see that there's still some room for water in there. So here's a comparable pack made by Dakine. You know, it's got some of the same features. It's got the 2 main compartments. On the inside, it doesn't have the zipper pockets, just another flap, which I don't really care for that design. I don't know what this piece is for. It just gets in the way usually. It does have a zipper on the outside that is way too small to hold a phone. You know, I just keep little things in here like valve core removers, chain links. It does have the keyring as well inside the zipper there, and then a little Velcro pocket on the side. So not quite as fancy on the inside. It does have something that the Osprey doesn't, with this little section here to put your pump through to hold that in the top of your pack. And then with the bladder on the inside here, it has that trickier style of connection where it hooks through the top here with this little Velcro clippy thing. I do prefer the Osprey. It's a lot easier to secure that in there. And as I mentioned before, you know, with the Dakine, you have to thread the bite valve through a tiny little hole, and it's just not fun to do. I usually end up just leaving it hanging out the top there. Another thing is, I think these pockets are a little bit smaller than the Osprey pack. The compression is 2 on the side and 2 on the bottom. I do actually like this on the bottom. I can extend these and attach pads or a jacket down to the bottom, where you can't do that on the Osprey without running, like I mentioned, a strap from the top to the bottom to make it work that way. Here's another version from Camelback. I've been riding this one for years. Similar design, main large compartment with a smaller compartment, and it's broken up into just a couple of mesh pockets. It also has the little keyring there. This one is extremely difficult to fill up. I don't care for these Camelback's design. And then the hook style for this is just this little loop, hooks onto the top of there. Not really as secure as the Osprey connection there. And then again, you've got to fish that line through one of their holes in the pack to have the hose come out. This one does not have the side pockets and only 2 compression straps. It does have the strap on the bottom, strap on the top, so you can run a cord from top to bottom there to get a little bit of extra storage. I would say that the Camelback is a little lighter weight, not quite the same volume as the Osprey, but out of these 3, you know, I definitely choose the Osprey if that were the decisions that I had to make from. Just for the overall storage, the compression options, the large side hip packs on both sides. If you're looking at getting one of these, I hope this video really helped. They do make this in a couple of sizes. They have a 4-liter and a 7-liter. Like I mentioned, this is the updated version with a few new features. It's just surprising how much you can hold in one of these hip packs and still be comfortable, and with the compression, being able to tighten it down to your back so you don't feel it moving around as much, wear it all day long, have plenty of water with you all day long. It's a great hip pack, highly recommend it.